Welcome to the podcast. My guest today is Michael Benson, and he is with the Richland Academy of the Arts located in Mansfield, Ohio.
Thank you, Dave. It's nice to be here.
Richland Academy of the Arts is the reason I have you over here today is, first of all, I consider you guys one of the best kept secrets in Mansfield. Everybody has heard of it, but nobody really knows what you do.
Okay.
So why don't you enlighten some of our listeners about this, and we'll get into a conversation about it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a wonderful way to start, too. So the Academy is in its 32nd year. The founding director, Mary Ann Cooper, had a dream. She made it come to pass with a lot of supportive people in Richland County. Currently, we serve 6 counties in and around Richland, and we populate about 1,800 students a year, give or take, and that was our number in 2022-23. We offer classes in visual arts, in theater, and music. We have a large dance program that presents many performances every year. We also offer martial arts. We have adult programs that are free, that are funded by the Area Agency on Aging, which I think are very important to recognize our partners.
Yes.
And we perform. We're a performing group as well as a learning experience for most people in the county.
How do I get involved with the Richland Academy of the Arts?
Well, Dave, that's a great question too. I'll invite people to visit the website at richlandacademy.com, www.richlandacademy.com. You can also call the main number, 419-522-8224, 419-522-8224, and learn more if the website's not to your liking. But that's one way. And of course, we're doing a lot with marketing, and we're trying to tell our story better in the community.
All right. Now, like you said, you've got a number of programs: dance, martial arts, music, theater, visual arts. By the way, if you go on the website, richlandacademy.com, that's all on there. That's where I got this information. I see you folks are part of the Ohio Arts Council, which is great. And that tells me a number of things there. For those that are not familiar with that, that's a state organization. So that's very supportive of all kinds of arts throughout the state. But like you said, I believe you're what now? I said 91 was 1991, the beginning of this.
32 years.
32
This is our 32nd year. So
your
yes.
32nd year. I kind of wondered. I knew you'd mentioned that. And that's why I thought it was about 1991. Now you have some programs for those ages 5 and under. That sort of intrigued me.
Yes. So we have an instructor, Megan Williams, who started out at the Academy as a young person in dance and with other experiences. And she has, along with her mother, Sherry Hughes, stuck around and been a part of the growth of the Academy. And so while she may have medical responsibilities at local hospitals, she comes back to teach our 0 through 5-year-old class Music Together, which involves a parent and a child or a baby. So we always say we're from 0 to 80, 0 to all of life. So we have those types of music classes for even the infants and their parents.
Now I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum now, because you brought in the Area Agency on Aging, and I'm on the Crawford County Council on Aging, so I'm very familiar with Area Agency on Aging as well. Mm-hmm. So you have programs that you conduct that they promote through Area Agency. How does that work?
That's a good question. They're free programs for people who qualify in that age group of 60 and over.
Okay.
We call them adult learning. We call them Area Agency programs. They are the grant provider. They are the funding provider of the Area Agency. We provide the instructor and we provide the space. So we have dance programs, and the community may know about our Strut 1 group or our Strut 2 group. We have a technology class which is taught at the Academy by one of the Area Agency leaders, Carrie. And Aaron Wolford is the dance instructor. We do different types of yoga and different types of seated stretching. So we provide a number of different experiences that aren't just arts related, but that are to arts and health, or how to be healthy. And we want to be a place for that. And so the Area Agency recognized that. We also, for the last few years, have provided a caregiver event. 2 years back, we hosted the caregiver event for Area Agency, which are those wonderful family members or friends that care for our aging population. And last year we were not the organizer, but we met with them out at the Area Agency building and provided all the entertainment and activities and worked with the group to provide a meaningful caregiver event.
Well, that's a very good area to get into because there's a lot of caregivers. Mm-hmm. And if you're not one now, you will be probably at some point if you have a parent or a relative that has gone through this like I have at my age. And Now you also, speaking about funding, now I take it, how are you basically funded?
Well, so you mentioned the Ohio Arts Council.
Okay.
So every 4 years we apply, we write our grant proposal to the Arts Council for a sustainability grant. Now the Arts Council provides a number of other grant opportunities, whether it's Art Rise or Art This or Art This and that. But we have been successful. And of course, Mary Ann Cooper, Pam Medore, other people who work at the Academy have led the push on that. But we are now sustained in good part by the Arts Council. So we receive an annual bit of funding based on the programs we provide and the grants that we've written. We have a community school program, which is another important story to tell. So Sherry Hughes, who's the assistant director, is the director of our community school program. And right now, we currently have 5 schools around the state of Ohio that we serve as the community school sponsor. I guess I could say we have 7. We may have 8 next year, but in other ways, financially, this helps sustain the Richland Academy. And so it's important to acknowledge that. We have people who donate to the Academy, private donors, that we incorporate, whether they're sponsor programs or they say, for example, one organization, I should say, is sponsoring our theater programs this spring. So there's different ways we research and pursue grants and funding.
So there's grants, funding, and then local support.
Many local people.
Yes, of either concerned citizens or maybe corporations or whatever. I don't know how else I would say it other than that under one umbrella.
Well, and there's so many different ways that people give. They give of their time, they volunteer.
Sure.
That's something I hope we can begin telling our story about. When I was looking through the paperwork in preparation for the sustainability grant with the Arts Council, I saw the number 50 volunteers that helped in the year prior to the application.
That's pretty awesome.
That's a large number of volunteers.
Yes, it is.
We need to talk about who those people are. Now, I've met many of them, and I continue to meet with them, but I'd like for us to be more aware of that and highlight our volunteers, because they really do contribute greatly to the dance program and to the music or to our visual art program. And I haven't really talked much about that, but our 60-plus visual art program is just a wonderful program. The dance programs are wonderful. Just rich programming.
Well, when you say arts, that encompasses many things and probably gives a vision to many people.
I just want people to reach out, to call, to look at the website, as you did, Dave, and look at what we have to offer. There's a program for everyone, and it doesn't matter age. We want people to explore their creativity, get to know what moves them or motivates them. And for me, at least, art provides an opportunity to see other people and other cultures, to empathize with other people and other cultures, and to understand how one person's communication style is different from another. And art seems to provide that opportunity. Just like any other, people might say, well, this discipline does and this discipline does. But I'm a strong advocate for the arts and how it teaches us all to be more empathetic, to love our neighbor, to care for our community, and to take pride in what we create and being creative, because that's who we are as human beings.
I'm going to go bring this back. Not that my memory's that bad, but I always bring back to, again, your website is richlandacademy.com. You've said you're on social media. Would you please mention again what sites you're on social media, and give the phone number again slowly, because people sometimes don't always catch it the first time.
Okay, so thank you for that opportunity. And I do talk a little too fast, so I apologize about that. Our phone number is 419-522-8224. 419-522-8224.
Okay.
And on social media?
Yes.
We have an Instagram account. We have a Facebook account. The Instagram is Richland Academy of the Arts. And Facebook is, I believe, just Richland Academy.
All right. I think we've covered a lot today in considering this is our initial podcast together.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Michael Benson, the Executive Director of the Richland Academy of Arts, for being a guest on the podcast. I wish you the very best in your programs. I think there's a lot of good things here, and I like especially what you said regarding the seniors, because sometimes they become isolated and they need to get out and do something. And this sounds to me like a welcoming opportunity for them to get involved with something. Because kind of the older you get, sometimes your world gets smaller and smaller, and you're looking for another avenue in your life. So this might be just what you need in your life out there for those listening. So again, I would highly suggest you check out the Richland Academy of the Arts. Again, thank you, Executive Director Michael Benson, for being the guest on the podcast.